Sounds like we could very well be getting Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. That's a mega fight. Let's be real. Let's not downplay it. That's probably one of the most explosive and, exciting fights that we've seen since Tank and Ryan, since, Earl Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford. We could potentially see a beatdown, and I think it could go either way, to be honest with you guys. I think it could play out in a number of ways. The reach, the height is in Ryan's favor, but at the same time, Teofimo's coming off, a great win over Josh Taylor, who I picked Josh Taylor to win that fight. I thought that, Teofimo wasn't in the right, frame of mind. I didn't think that he was in the best mental shape that he's been in, which has been a talk for a lot. But we know that Teofimo likes to prove people wrong. He said it before. He doubts himself because he's his biggest critic. And against a guy like Ryan Garcia, who has that power, very dangerous fight for Teofimo. I think that Teofimo possesses everything it takes to dismantle Ryan and kind of hurt him bad. But we know that Ryan Garcia recently teamed up with Derek James, so we'll see if that comes into play, if the adjustments that were made between Derek James and Ryan Garcia in Ryan Garcia's fundamentals, in his his stance, his defense, his offense, his discipline. Are we going to see that show up fight night, or are we going to see the same Ryan Garcia, and all those good habits that were built within this training camp? Are they going to go out the window? We'll get to see that again when Ryan Garcia fights Oscar Duarte. That should be coming up real soon, so tune into that one. That's also not an easy fight, but apparently Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia could be getting it on Super Bowl weekend is what the plan sounds like, because we saw Oscar De La Hoya meet up with Bob Arum. They had a meeting and talked about the possibility of making a big fight like that happen. So if it is Ryan Garcia and it is Teofimo Lopez, that's a big fight. I'd love to see Teo in there with Ryan, because especially on Super Bowl weekend, I mean, that would be such a great weekend. You get football, a championship, a Super Bowl ring winner, and then you also have Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia. That's a mega weekend. I'm not leaving the house on those nights. I need to watch both of those events, be glued to the TV. So Ryan Garcia, it's not an easy fight. But I think it's a winnable fight for Ryan. But Teofimo, I definitely favor him. I'd favor him at this point just because of the boxing IQ that I think that he has. And I think he has a better ability than Ryan when it comes to sticking to a game plan. I think that Ryan did a lot of good stuff against Tank. And I think that the issue where everything fell apart is, Ryan said it himself, someone who's more disciplined, someone who doesn't want to say, forget all this boxing, I want to fight. If you can stay away from that mindset and execute a game plan, I think that's the kind of fighter that could give Tank a lot of problems. Not the kind of fighter that says, has success early on, but then starts to underestimate Tank's power and allows him to get comfortable, get back into the fight. He's known for being a slow starter. So when these fighters get in the ring and then they win rounds, it's kind of expected for them to have that success, because that allows Tank to make them feel comfortable, get complacent, get lazy, get a little overconfident, and that's when Tank capitalizes. So that's where Tank, but most of the time, that's where Tank tricks his opponents and gets them set up for a major shot that ultimately ends the fight. And that's what's been happening. Ryan Garcia was a victim of it. Rolly Romero, Hector Luis Garcia, Mario Barrios. The list goes on and on. He baits these fighters into scenarios where he can catch them good. Ryan has to be very careful with a guy like Teofimo, because he's probably just as explosive as Tank. Maybe he doesn't have that one-shot power, put you to sleep, but he definitely has enough power to knock you out. He definitely has the power to hurt you bad. But I don't know if he could put Ryan to sleep, but he could definitely hurt him. He could definitely hurt him. And honestly, I take that back. He might be able to put Ryan to sleep, because Teo hits hard. Teo can crack. We saw what he did to Loma. I think that was his most impressive win, the way he was able to stick to that game plan. A lot of people like to discredit that win and talk about how Loma did more damage, and Loma won the later rounds and was injured in that fight. But bottom line is Teofimo beat him and executed a very, very smart game plan with his father. A lot of credit to him as well, Teofimo Sr. But Teofimo's going to have to, you know, train properly and be ready for whatever Ryan's got, because Ryan's going to be able to counter Teofimo if he's a little complacent, because he does have the reach, he has the height. If Teo comes rushing in like we've seen him do before, and Ryan counters with that left hook, you know, the left hook is a code that's been cracked by Tank, so, you know, but that's from a southpaw stance. For Teo, he's going to be back orthodox, where it's not as easy to land, but Ryan's used to fighting, you know, orthodox fighters and countering them. So we'll see what happens. I probably still lean towards Teofimo by stoppage, but I don't think that fight goes the distance. That fight does not go the distance. Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, that fight does not go the distance. Someone's going to sleep, and it could be either guy, but I'd probably lean towards Teofimo. Just a tad. I'd probably go 60-40 for Teo, but I think that'd be a tremendous fight to kind of cap off that Super Bowl weekend or get it started. So we'll see what happens. Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia rumored to be taking place on Super Bowl weekend. That'd be a big fight for both guys, a big money fight, big fight for the sport of boxing. People that, you know, don't even watch, all those casuals, they definitely tune in for Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. But let me know who you guys got. I'm going to go with Teo for now. But who knows, maybe my prediction will change as we see and hear more from the fighters. But let me know in the comments who you guys got. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another Nads Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.